clone who refused to die, the captain who questioned orders, the soldier who saw through the conspiracy that nearly destroyed the Republic. Captain Rex stands as the most compelling character study in all of Star Wars, a man who was manufactured to be identical, yet somehow became irreplaceable. In today's exploration of Rex's evolution across the Clone Wars, we'll witness his transformation through 10 pivotal moments that shaped his identity. From his earliest battles where he followed orders without question, to the Siege of Mandalore where he stood by Ahsoka Tano against former brothers, each battle didn't just change the war, it changed the man fighting it, revealing how even someone created for obedience could discover the power of choice. Chapter 1. Early Battles. Captain Rex's journey in the Grand Army of the Republic began with the First Battle of Geonosis, where he and his fellow clones faced their first trial against the Confederacy's droid forces. Despite being fresh soldiers, Rex's leadership and combat prowess were evident, earning him veteran status after the battle. Throughout the Clone Wars, Rex's reputation grew, ultimately leading him to become the leader of the 501st Legion, one of the most prestigious units in the Republic. Following the Battle of Geonosis, the 501st was reorganized under Supreme Chancellor Sheev Palpatine's directive and placed under the command of Jedi General Anakin Skywalker. Rex, serving as Skywalker's second-in-command, developed a close and trusting bond with his general. Their camaraderie was forged not only in battle, but through shared experiences that tested their resolve. One of these pivotal moments occurred during the Battle of Arantara, where Rex found himself separated from Skywalker. Injured and knocked out, Rex's life was in jeopardy, but Skywalker returned to rescue him, embodying his belief that a leader must always be at the front. This moment solidified their mutual respect and friendship. As time passed, Rex became less rigid in his approach, learning to balance orders with initiative. His growing bond with Skywalker reflected a mutual understanding that went beyond soldier and general. Rex also worked alongside other commanders, such as Cody, and formed bonds with other clones, including Gregor, a clone commando. Whether facing swamp spiders or larger enemy forces, Rex's tactical brilliance and quick thinking saved his men time and time again. His leadership, both in skirmishes and large battles, ensured the success of many Republic missions. Despite the horrors of war, Rex never wavered in his loyalty to the Republic and his comrades, rising through the ranks to become a respected and beloved figure among the clone soldiers. Chapter 2. Battle of Teth. Rex's skill and loyalty were tested during the Republic's mission to rescue Jabba the Hutt's son, Rada, on the war-torn planet of Teth. As part of a larger operation led by Jedi General Anakin Skywalker and his Padawan Ahsoka Tano, Rex and the rest of the 501st were tasked with securing a monastery under heavy fire from the Separatist forces. The battle was fierce, with 2 battalions of battle droids relentlessly assaulting the Republic positions. Despite the overwhelming numbers, Rex and his troops held the line as Skywalker and Tano advanced to locate Jabba's son. When the mission hit a setback, Rex's leadership came to the forefront. As Ventress and her Separatist forces infiltrated the monastery, Rex and his men fought to hold off the droids. Despite the overwhelming odds, Rex refused to break, rallying his men and keeping the fight going. However, when Ventress cut through the monastery's door, Rex's squad was captured, and he was disarmed by the dark side warrior. Ventress attempted to use her force powers to extract information from Rex, hoping to learn the whereabouts of Skywalker. Yet Rex demonstrated his resilience, resisting her mind tricks. In a moment of desperation, he broke protocol, calling Skywalker by his first name, Anakin, signaling his position to his general. This break in protocol would prove crucial as Skywalker realized Ventress's presence and quickly mounted a rescue mission. When the Separatists seemed to have the upper hand, Rex, with his surviving men, fought back with ferocity. Help arrived from Obi-Wan Kenobi and Commander Cody, who neutralized the droids and brought reinforcements. After eliminating the threat, Rex reported back to Skywalker, ensuring the mission's success. With Jabba's son safely rescued, the Republic forces made their way off the planet, having triumphed against seemingly insurmountable odds. Chapter 3: Skirmish on the Rishi Moon. Rex and Commander Cody were tasked with inspecting the Rishi Moon Station, part of a critical outpost for the Republic's defensive strategy. Upon arrival, the station's initial report seemed suspicious, and Rex quickly noticed that the troopers seemed unusually reluctant to cooperate. He demanded to speak with the commanding officer, and when the clone trooper before them referred to them as Roger, Rex immediately suspected foul play, realizing that they were facing more than just a simple inspection issue. The trooper was revealed to be a BX series droid commando. After dealing with the treacherous droid, Rex and Cody were ambushed by more commando droids and cut off from their transport. With danger closing in, they relied on their training to survive. They leapt from the platform, using ascension cables to rappel down the station. It wasn't just Rex and Cody now. They were joined by surviving clones, including Fives, Heavy, and Echo, who were still untested in battle. Rex saw this as an opportunity to teach them firsthand what war truly was. The station soon came under heavy fire from a Rishi eel, which attacked the clones. Rex, displaying his sharpshooting skills, quickly dispatched the creature, but not before marking Echo with its blood, cementing his initiation into battle as the new recruits took off their helmets to prove they weren't droids. Rex impressed upon them the importance of maintaining focus in battle, even in the face of overwhelming odds. When a Confederate fleet approached the station, Rex devised a plan to destroy the station to prevent it from falling into enemy hands. However, the detonator malfunctioned, and Heavy, in an act of bravery, chose to stay behind and manually detonate the station, sacrificing himself for the greater good. The surviving clones, including Rex, were extracted by a Republic gunship. Rex later awarded Fives and Echo medals for their bravery, officially inducting them into the 501st Legion. Chapter 4: Battle of Malastare. The battle for Malastare was critical for the Republic, as the planet's vast fuel reserves were essential for the war effort. Captain Rex, alongside General Anakin Skywalker, Mace Windu, and Commander Pons, was tasked with securing the planet and its strategic resources. The battle's first phase involved defending the Doge's palace, where Rex and his men held the line against the separatist droid forces. From his vantage point, Rex commanded his troops with precision, using electro-binoculars to track the advancing droids. The battle was brutal, with overwhelming droid numbers closing in. To shift the balance, the Republic unleashed the electro-proton bomb, a device that released a powerful electromagnetic pulse capable of disabling the Separatists' droids. The weapon worked, incapacitating the droid army, but it also caused massive instability in the surrounding area, opening a sinkhole that nearly swallowed Rex and his men. As rescue teams scrambled to retrieve the stranded soldiers, another threat emerged: the Zillo Beast, an ancient creature awakened by the destruction. The Jedi were determined to preserve the Zillo Beast, while the Dugs, the planet's native species, wanted to destroy it. Skywalker developed a plan to subdue the creature using RX-200 assault tanks, successfully rendering the beast unconscious for transport. Rex, ever the loyal soldier, followed his orders and assisted in executing the plan. After the Zillo Beast was transported to Coruscant for study, things took an unexpected turn. The creature broke free from its containment on Coruscant, and Rex was called into action once again. He joined a team led by General Kenobi and Windu to contain the rampaging beast. As the Zillo Beast wreaked havoc, Rex remained calm under pressure, coordinating gunships and tanks. In the end, the creature's rampage ended when Palpatine ordered the deployment of toxic gas bombs, ultimately killing the Zillo Beast. The aftermath saw Rex and the other Republic forces mourning its loss, unaware that Palpatine had ordered its cloning for future use. Chapter 5: Skywalker's Right-Hand Man. Captain Rex was more than a soldier. He was Anakin Skywalker's unwavering right hand. As the galaxy spiraled into chaos, Rex stood loyally by his general, his presence indispensable. Their bond was forged not only through battle, but through mutual trust. Rex accompanied Jedi General Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano on a mission to Mandalore, where tensions between Duchess Satine and Prime Minister Almec were escalating. While Skywalker engaged in diplomatic talks, Rex remained at their side, ever watchful. When the situation called for them to leave, Rex reminded Anakin of their next appointment with Jedi Master Kit Fisto, showing his keen sense of timing and duty. The next crisis came when separatist-aligned forces blockaded the planet Pantora. Amid discussions with Senator Padme Amidala, Ahsoka rushed in, reporting that the daughters of Chairman Papanoida had been kidnapped. Although it went against the Jedi Council's directives, Skywalker approved Ahsoka's unorthodox investigation, trusting her judgment. Rex remained a silent, steadfast companion as they pursued the leads. Soon after, a civil war broke out on the planet Baleth. Skywalker, Rex, and the 501st Legion were called in to help the 3rd Legion, though Ahsoka was left behind on Coruscant. It was here that Rex's role as a soldier and leader was clear. He was not just a follower, but a key figure in executing Skywalker's strategies. Through all of this, Rex's loyalty was not only to his general, but to the Republic itself. As the war raged on, Rex became not just a soldier, but a trusted confidant. His bond with Skywalker transcended that of mere comrades in arms. They were brothers, bound by the unspoken promise of loyalty in the heat of battle. Chapter 6. Battle of Lola Sayu. The mission to rescue Jedi Master. Even PL from the Citadel on Lola Sayu begins with a briefing led by Plo Koon. The rescue team, including Rex, Cody, Fives, Echo, Kenobi, Skywalker, and a surprising addition, Ahsoka Tano, prepares to infiltrate the heavily fortified prison. Skywalker devises a plan to have the team carbon frozen to bypass the planet's blockade. Although Rex and Fives are nervous about the freezing process, they ultimately survive it and are transported in a stolen separatist shuttle. Upon landing, the team is unthawed, and Ahsoka reveals that she secretly joined the mission, disobeying orders. Despite initial hesitation, the team accepts her presence and begins their assault on the Citadel. The journey to PL's cell is fraught with peril. The group must climb a steep, electro-mine-covered wall, but disaster strikes when Clone Charger falls into a mine, alerting the enemy. As they move forward, the team encounters several deadly traps, including one that kills Clone Longshot. Reaching PL's cell, Rex and his team engage and eliminate droids, with Rex personally disabling an interrogator droid. However, they are ambushed by Osi Sobek, the Citadel's warden. Sobek activates a magnet that disarms the group and pulls Skywalker's cybernetic arm. Skywalker, however, manages to reclaim his lightsaber and destroy the magnet, allowing the team to regain their weapons and destroy the droids. As they attempt to escape, PL and his captain, Tarkin, are separated to protect valuable hyperspace coordinates. Rex's group, which includes Skywalker, Tano, Tarkin, and others, escapes via tunnels, fighting off separatist forces. During their retreat, PL is killed, and the team mourns him before continuing their escape. The mission concludes with a final battle, where Rex and his group, pursued by Staps, manage to hold off enemies until reinforcements arrive. They return to Coruscant, having completed the mission despite heavy losses. Chapter 7. Battle of Umbara. Rex and the 501st are sent to the planet Umbara to assist Jedi Generals Tyne, Krell, and Kenobi in taking the capital. The mission takes a dark turn when the clones fall under the command of General Krell after Skywalker is summoned back to Coruscant. Krell proves to be a harsh and demanding leader, pushing the troops relentlessly on a long march and refusing to give them rest. Rex protests, but is overruled as Krell orders a full frontal assault on the capital. The attack leads to heavy casualties, and Rex is forced to call a retreat, angering Krell, who accuses him of disobeying orders. Krell continues to make reckless decisions, such as ordering the clones to march through a vulnerable gorge to capture an airbase. Despite strong objections from Rex and the others, the team carries out Krell's orders, leading to an ambush by Umbara and crawler tanks. After a fierce battle, Rex and his men manage to destroy the tanks, but the battle proves costly. Despite the losses, Rex pushes forward, showing his unwavering loyalty to his men. When Krell orders another frontal assault on the capital, despite the threat of long-range missiles supplied by the Separatists, Rex comes up with a better plan: attack the supply ship that is resupplying the enemy. However, Krell insists on attacking the capital directly. In a desperate move, Rex allows Fives, Jesse, and Hardcase to infiltrate the enemy's base using starfighter codes to destroy the supply ship. Though Krell disapproves, Rex backs his men's mission, understanding its importance. Rex later learns the tragic truth about Krell's betrayal. Krell has been secretly working with the Separatists, planning to defect to their side. When Rex confronts Krell, he refuses to surrender and fights the clones, believing them to be mutineers. The battle ends with Krell's death, but not before Rex is forced to execute him, though he hesitates. The death of Krell leaves Rex questioning the war's toll on his brothers and his own future. Chapter 8: Battle for Ringo Vinda and the Biochip Conspiracy. After Tano's departure from the Jedi Order, Rex joins Skywalker on a mission to retake the space station at Ringo Vinda from Admiral Trench's forces. During the battle, Tup, a fellow clone, accidentally kills Jedi General Tippler in the heat of combat. Despite his seeming lack of awareness, Tup exhibits increasingly erratic behavior, prompting a decision to send him to Kamino for evaluation. However, before the clone can leave, Tup is temporarily captured by the Separatists. Rex, Fives, and Skywalker rescue him before the enemy can make use of the troubled clone. Once back on Kamino, Fives insists on staying to care for Tup, who has been placed under observation. Despite the danger, Rex permits his brother to stay, trusting him with Tup's welfare. Back on Coruscant, however, Fives becomes embroiled in a much darker conspiracy. He's labeled a fugitive after being falsely accused of attempting to assassinate Chancellor Palpatine. Fives, desperate to tell the truth about what he discovered, reaches out to Rex and Skywalker, requesting a secret meeting. When they meet, Fives reveals that he's uncovered a shocking secret. The clones have biochips implanted in their brains, designed to make them obey orders without question. He believes these chips are the reason Tup acted out, as they can be remotely activated to trigger obedience, even to the point of assassination. His discovery sends a chill down Rex's spine, especially when Fives implicates the Chancellor in the conspiracy. Before Rex and Skywalker can process this, Commander Fox arrives with orders to arrest Fives. In a tragic turn of events, Fives attempts to defend himself and is shot by Fox, falling into Rex's arms. With his last words, Fives recites Tup's, finally finding peace. Devastated, Rex is left with a report about the biochips, but he knows it will be ignored. His loyalty to his brothers and their fate weighs heavily on him. Chapter 9: Rescuing Echo. After the Battle of Anaxes, Rex suspects that Echo, his long-lost comrade believed to have died in battle, is still alive and being used by the Separatists to counter Republic strategies. To investigate, Rex teams up with Clone Force 99, a group of elite clones known as the Bad Batch, consisting of Hunter, Wrecker, Crosshair, and Tech. They embark on a mission to a Separatist cyber center on Anaxes, where they discover an audio signal emanating from Skako Minor, a signal that matches Echo's clone designation. This confirms Rex's suspicions. Echo is alive, though likely in captivity. Rex, along with the Bad Batch and Anakin Skywalker, travels to Skako Minor, a dangerous planet on the edge of the galaxy. While en route, Skywalker is briefly separated from the group when he's kidnapped by a large flying creature, the Kiradak, and taken to a Poltech village. Rex and the team follow the creature's trail, and after a confrontation, they manage to free Skywalker. Once reunited, the group continues their journey toward the Techno-Union's city of Perkol, where the signal is originating. When they infiltrate the Techno-Union's facility, they uncover a stasis chamber containing Echo. He is alive, but his body has been severely modified with cybernetic enhancements, rendering him almost unrecognizable. Echo is in a coma, and much of his brain has been replaced with mechanical parts. Rex, devastated but determined, works with Tech to free Echo from the chamber. However, the Techno-Union forces, led by Wat Tambor, launch an attack and the clones are forced to flee. They escape the facility after a fierce battle, aided by Wrecker's demolitions expertise, and regroup with the Poltech villagers who had helped them earlier. After a dangerous escape through the pipes of the Techno-Union city, the clones, Skywalker, and Echo return to the Poltech village, where they fight off Tambor's reinforcements. Echo, though physically altered, expresses gratitude for his rescue. Rex assures him that everything will return to normal, hoping that their old bond will remain unchanged. Despite Echo's altered state, the two brothers are determined to carry on the fight together. Chapter 10: Siege of Mandalore. By the time the Siege of Mandalore begins, Maul, the former Sith Lord, has taken control of the planet with the help of the Death Watch and his Shadow Collective. The Republic, now focused on stopping Maul's reign, is led by Ahsoka Tano, who has been granted command of the 332nd Company, a division of clones painted with her own facial markings. While Ahsoka is organizing the Republic's effort to retake Mandalore, Rex and his men join her, although he still refers to her as Commander, despite her request to be called by her name. During the mission, Ahsoka and Rex encounter the challenges of retaking a planet under the control of a powerful and unpredictable foe. Maul's forces, including the Mandalorian Super Commandos, pose a significant threat. As Rex and the 332nd join forces with Ahsoka, they quickly realize that Maul's influence over Mandalore's population is stronger than anticipated, and they're up against more than just a conventional military force. As Ahsoka leads the charge to capture Maul, Rex and the clones struggle with the increasing instability of the situation. They face constant ambushes and the overwhelming power of Maul's forces. The battle takes a more personal turn for Ahsoka when Maul lures her into a trap, using her emotions against her. Unbeknownst to Ahsoka, Maul believes she is Anakin Skywalker's ally, thinking she's come to capture him. He attempts to manipulate her into turning against the Jedi Order. Despite the setbacks, Rex and his squad continue to support Ahsoka, and the battle culminates in a final confrontation between Ahsoka and Maul. After a fierce duel, Ahsoka captures Maul, though his escape remains a real threat. As the battle concludes, Rex and Ahsoka reflect on their bond, which has only deepened over the course of the conflict. Maul is handed over to the Republic, but his escape is imminent. Though they have succeeded in their mission, the Siege of Mandalore serves as a bittersweet reminder of the looming challenges ahead, especially as Ahsoka's own role in the galaxy's future becomes uncertain. As we close the book on Captain Rex's remarkable journey, we find ourselves confronted with a profound meditation on free will in a universe where destiny seems predetermined. Rex's transformation represents something far deeper than a military career. It embodies the fundamental Star Wars theme that our choices define us, not our origins. His story resonates because it reflects our universal aspiration for self-determination while challenging us to examine the source of our own convictions. Among Force wielders and legendary heroes, Rex stands as testament that true heroism lies in transcending the limitations others impose upon us. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and force push the notification button.